What's going on, guys? Thanks for joining us once again. This is Twisted Ignition. I'm Mike.
I'm Rick.
I'm Nate, and today's video is just going to be a mashup of a lot of things because we are on crunch time for sure to make it to Outer Banks with our budget build Pro Street C10.
Yep, we got about literally a week to go, and there's a lot to do.
Tons to do.
Tons. It still has not yet ran. We still need to do a lot of the wiring, a lot of plumbing yet to do for the fuel. So why don't we go and get into it and stop talking and start turning some wrenches and
Agreed.
We got working on the wiring, and in order to do the wiring, we realized we needed to put in a shut-off switch and the charging posts in the back. So we hung up the roll pan just temporarily, as you can see, and we're gonna drill some holes and get some wires running.
So while Rick is finishing up the roll pan, we just wanted to show you guys what we're actually putting in. This is a battery shutoff switch. It's actually a Marina shutoff switch that we found on Amazon. And same thing with our battery tender switch, charger ports. So when your nice ride is sitting in the garage, you don't want a dead battery because you want to turn that key and have fun that day, not wait or buy a new battery.
Or access the batteries, because once you guys see where this battery is, you ain't gonna want to put a charger on it.
Nope. So we got all these parts from Amazon.
As you can see, we do a lot of Amazon stuff around here.
We love Amazon.
It's getting weird.
Well, we do make budget builds a lot. Anything to keep the build cheap as possible, we like. Because just like everybody else who's watching this video, probably wants to do their own project and does not have an overabundance of wealth behind them to go and do their own project, but you still want to drive around a cool car. We do that here. So watch these videos.
These are going to come off like 10 more times, but at least we get to see what they look like.
Yeah.
And now we get to run some wires to them. We also picked this up at Amazon. It's actually the cheapest place I could find it. I got pure copper. They do sell aluminum clad copper. I wouldn't suggest it. I was going to try it. I ordered it and I wasn't quite happy with the quality. So I ordered pure copper. Really heavy, really expensive. I think this thing was like $200 for this roll, but if you go to like a local auto parts store, it's like $6 a foot, and that would have been like $600.
But we needed all that wire because from our switch and our terminals, we are gonna run all along this frame to our battery, which is sitting right here on the passenger side in front of our tire. That is unfortunately not exactly where we wanted to put it, but the best location for it so it doesn't get dirt from the rear tires going woo and doing ah from all the burnouts we're doing. So we got to run batteries to here. If you could see this darker spot, dirty spot compared to this, ignore the fire. This is where our outside fender from the original step-side bed is going to sit. So the body is going to be covered up the battery.
Yeah, you'll never see it, but man, is it going to be hard to put in.
You good?
This is really heavy. While we're showing new products here, battery cable hold downs, also from Amazon. Connects links, 4 dual gauge cables. But basically, it's like a splice goes through here, the wire goes through like that, and your bolt goes through that into your frame, and it holds the 2 wires apart. It's nice and centered. I like those a lot. Nice.
Yeah. We have a couple on, and they're actually looking pretty nice. They unfortunately did not come with any hardware, so we're gonna have to pick up some hardware for them. But to keep our fuel lines and our electrical lines separate and very organized, it does look very nice in here.
All right, we ran the wire from the battery up here to the starter. We're gonna mock the starter up. This is a Power Master 19200, I believe.
Yep.
It's like a $200 starter. I picked it up actually at Big Al's speed shop before he passed away, and they were going out of business. Picked it up for like $100. So, but it's a good high torque starter. Hopefully, it's the right starter. It's really heavy. Good enough for now. And now we'll just put an end right there on that cable. And that actually looks like it should be enough cable right there.
Yeah.
All right, Ricky, what do we got here?
I am working on the wiring right now. We got our main cables run. We're going to clip on some ends.
That's a big end. Nice.
Yeah. We got 2/0, which is 2/0 gauge. With a 3/8 end. We're gonna crimp it on here.
I got a question.
What?
Did you put heat shrink on it?
I'm gonna do that afterwards because it fits right.
Oh, it'll fit over it?
And the ends are also from Amazon.
Nice. Those things are expensive normally.
Yeah, they're pretty expensive from Amazon, to be honest with you.
That is beautiful, actually. Yeah. Close up on that gorgeous end there.
Then you just slide your heat shrink over it. I like to leave mine on the flat part a little bit.
That is a big piece of heat shrink.
It is. But it does well. It shrinks down pretty far.
Yeah.
So it's actually got glue on the inside, believe it or not.
That's awesome.
So this is going to be our main ground to our motor. It's going to get connected right there. And this runs back to our battery. And we're also going to probably put a chassis ground from this bolt hole to the frame somewhere. I'm not quite sure where yet, but we're going to do that. Next I'm going to do the starter. I'll probably do the switches back there and the battery charging post that we showed you guys earlier, but they're all the same, so I'm not going to bore you with the same crimping thing over and over again. But you can watch me fast forward. As we got a million things going on right now, what are you doing, Mike?
Well, we just got our new ends put on our return line and our
Feed side.
feed side. Yep.
We're just going to finish up the pump back here.
Yeah, we got everything pretty much spaced out to the way we need it. Setting this right here like so, with a little adjustment maybe if need be. That just threads on like there, which is a beautiful thing because it actually threaded on very nicely. And we'll do the same for the return, which is a little bit tighter of a spot, but you get the gist of the idea.
We have our battery cables and fuel lines fairly well managed going through this frame rail. We got our loops, and if we come back here, we're not done back here, but we have our fuel line for the return, our cutoff switch, our charging terminals. It's coming together down here. Me and Mike were working on relooming some wire that was over there. That is for the engine and all the fancy doodads.
Yeah, I love the way that came out. It looks great.
We are at that point where we're gonna be priming our fuel cell or fuel system. Make sure there's no leaks.
Yeah, because we're almost ready to start this, and we're either gonna have a really good night or it's gonna be a bad night.
I'll get the fuel cap.
That might be a big one. Oh, look at her.
Now we are running 94 octane.
Yeah, I was gonna get some race fuel, but didn't have time, so.
We are really, really close to the wire. We're pretty sure if it starts this weekend, it is going to make it, because the rest is mostly cosmetics and running things to make it look a little bit more pretty.
Yeah.
But we'll find out tonight. We'll find out tonight if this is making it. Hope it does.
Fingers crossed.
All filled up.
Well, we got Mike inside the truck ready to hit the wires together, our homemade switch right now. Nate is under the back checking for leaks. I am up here checking for leaks and setting fuel pressure. Hopefully this all goes well. Mike, turn the key on.
He's on.
All right, touch him whenever you're ready.
Pump's moving.
A battery,
Honey.
Well, good news
It's not coming out of the pump?
and bad news.
It's coming out of the pump.
Good news. Our threads are great. Bad news, it's coming through the terminals.
What?
Yeah. It's coming through the terminals on the pump.
Yeah, now we gotta drain the whole freaking tank out and rebuild the pump. This truck is fighting us every step of the way. Every step.
What's the verdict, boys?
We don't know yet. We're
Gonna do a little operation and see what we can find.
never took one of these apart, but first for everything.
We're almost 100% sure. We're like 85% sure. There's an O-ring that separates the pump side from the motor side on this fuel pump. And we think that O-ring took a crap.
I need a regular screwdriver.
Yeah, we had a little contraption over here to catch all the fuel from the tank. I guess it's a good thing Ricky only wanted to put 5 gallons in versus 10.
Yeah, good thing I stopped, huh?
Yeah.
Well, there's the O-rings.
Yep.
Got the power back on. There you go, mate.
Yep, if you guys come under here with me, there is no more fuel leak. All we did was tighten up the backside of those terminals that had a gasket, and that must have been it. So we are back on course. Thank goodness. That was very scary. It actually, I don't know if you guys heard it, but I yelled stop because it started sparking in my face, and you know, spark and fuel aren't the greatest together. Especially with the amount of fuel that was gonna be pumping through that.
Yeah, how about it? Now we're just gonna go over everything real quick. One final double check, nut and bolt, and we're gonna hit the key and see what happens. So help me if this isn't the right size fill.
What's that?
So help me if this wasn't the right size belt.
It's the big moment.
It's the big moment.
It's the big moment.
It's either gonna go boom or it's gonna go vroom. What the fuck? That was too easy. I knew it was too easy.
Wow! Got an oil leak. we got the oil leak fixed. Just ended up being the oil filter. The gasket was a little messed up.
Yeah, I don't know. Never had that happen before, but it was first for everything.
We topped it off with more oil. We're gonna start her back up again. Make sure everything's going good.
Yeah. Make sure it's not peeing back out again.
Yeah. We only hit 25 psi. Quick update. We had the oil leak again when we started it up. We are almost 100% sure we figured out the problem now.
Yeah, we looked a little deeper and see that crack in there? Yeah, I don't know if they can see it, but we'll show them in a second. Yeah, that's an issue. A serious issue. What we're gonna do is call it a night because it is 2 o'clock in the morning. Tomorrow I will go to another motor I have and we will tear this piece off, that motor, and put it on this motor and put my filter back in and see if that fixes it.
It's the next day and it's not raining, so a lot better for audio. And Rick just got back with getting a new oil filter adapter, and this one is not cracked. We already installed it. We're going to clean up the old oil filter because the oil filter itself should be good.
Yeah, if it blows out, I did buy another oil filter, so.
And we did get more oil too. And we're gonna screw that up and we're gonna try to run it again and see what happens next.
Hey, you want to tell the viewers why you're sitting inside the engine bay again?
I don't really want to, but I will tell you.
Yeah.
It's not good.
Yeah, we're a little upset right now. So we just had it running, and it was running okay last night. We decided we're going to start it this morning. And it sounded okay for a little while, and I don't know if you guys can see this. Let's get up close and personal. Yeah, something hit the spark plug.
Not exactly sure what or how or why, but we're very confused and this is that point where we're gonna just rip into things to see what happened. There's no fixing it. Definitely not.
I mean, obviously, at this point, we have, 7 days until OBX?
No, sir, we have 5.
5 days until I leave for OBX. Now, OBX is actually a week away, but I leave ahead of time to be down there for vacation for a week. And we're supposed to leave next Saturday. It is Wednesday.
Yeah, so this is not making it down, unfortunately.
Yeah, me and Nate have been putting in some long hours trying to get it there. And this was the final, like, hey, we're going to take it for a test drive tomorrow, or actually Friday. And this happened. So we'll still be in Outer Banks. If you see us down there, I'll just be in the Camaro instead of, and he'll be in Durango instead of this.
Yeah.
But we'll be there. Still having a good time. But I guess that's it for this video until we figure out what went wrong.
Yeah, but don't worry, guys. This is not the end of the C10. Just a little hiccup and just not making it to the show.
Yeah, oh yeah. We'll definitely be back on the C10 very shortly.
Yeah.
So, all right. Catch you later, guys.
See you in the next shenanigans.